Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter on trial is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
So let's go.
Yes. Okay. Well, who do you have there?
I'm Courtney, I'm mom, Nick, dad. We got Kinsey girl right here. And then we have our 4 boys that are at home back here, Caden,
Oh,
Ashton, and Caleb.
okay. So this is the new little sister?
This is the sister, one and only.
Oh, all right. Okay. Mel, whenever you're ready.
Okay. I'll start with you, Mr. White. Your name is Nicholas James White, is that correct?
Yes.
Mr. White, you're here along with your wife, Courtney, on your petition to adopt.
Does not need a court order, Judge.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Is yours an adoption, Mel?
Oh, sorry.
Yes,
Hang
just
on.
a plain adoption.
Okay. There's never just a plain.
All right. Sorry about that.
I'll start from the beginning. You're Nicholas James White, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And you're here along with your wife, Courtney, on your petition to adopt the little girl that you're holding, correct? Who was born?
Yes, sir.
Now, you people live in Oregon?
Kansas.
Kansas, okay. And y'all are not yet related to this little girl, is that correct?
Soon. Not yet.
Okay. You've applied to adopt her through the Cradle of Life Adoption Agency, is that correct?
Yes.
And as far as you know, you've complied with all the requirements of an adoption, is that right?
Yes, sir.
There's been a home study done on you and your wife and your backgrounds and your marriage and your family. And as far as you know, everything in it's true and correct, is that right?
Yes, sir. Definitely.
You want to be offered that home study?
All right. I'll admit the home study as petitioners 1, and I've got it up. Go ahead.
Now, the child has lived in your home for at least 6 months, is that right?
Yes.
And y'all have accepted the responsibilities of being her parents all that time, and you're asking the court to make that permanent, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Now, we have complied with the interstate compact, correct?
Yes.
Remember that thing?
Yes.
Leave the state. And you're asking the court to change your name to Kinsey.
That is correct.
Okay. I pass witness, Your Honor, called Mrs. White.
Okay.
You're Courtney Rochelle White, is that correct?
Yes.
Courtney, you want to be little Kinsey's mother forever?
Yes.
You think that would be in her best interest?
Yes.
She's got 4 protectors in the background there who will take care of her for the rest of her life, is that right?
Yes.
Until she gets in their stuff now. But when they get older,
Yeah,
she's got some protectors, is that correct?
that is correct.
She's got some medical issues that y'all are addressing, is that right?
That is correct.
In fact, you're kind of uniquely qualified to take care of those issues, isn't that correct?
Yes.
Tell the court just a little bit about her issues.
Kinsey has 1p36 deletion syndrome, so she is missing parts of a chromosome, but she's also got some duplications on chromosome. She also has some heart issues, lung issues, and then fine motor skills and just motor development delays.
That was one of the reasons why the biological parents terminated. They just weren't capable of managing that, were they?
No, they weren't.
And their rights were terminated before we did this. Is that
Correct.
okay? And she's doing a lot better under your care. Is that right?
Oh, definitely.
That's all I have, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, first of all, what boys, brothers, which one is her favorite brother? Raise your hand if you're the favorite brother.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, very good. Well, y'all look like a great family. She looks like she's in great hands, and she's a very lucky young lady. And I think y'all are pretty lucky too. The court will find that the court has jurisdiction over the subject matter of the parties. I'll find that all the requirements have been met. So it's official. The adoption is granted and rendered, and the name changed. And so it's official. So I'm declaring a national holiday in Kansas. So everyone just take the day off, okay? Yay. She's so sweet. She's just adorable. Well, okay. Well, listen, thank you guys for letting me be a part of this. This was the way to start the week off. So anyway, sadly, it can only go downhill from here. So anyway, so y'all enjoy your day and everything. And thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Bye. Bye, Mel.
Yes, sir. Judge, I'm here with the petitioner and Julie has the respondent.
Okay. And let's see, what type of hearing is this today?
Judge, it's a temp hearing and Julie and I have actually been able to work out an agreement we'd like to put on the record.
All right, very good. Okay, who's putting it on?
I will, Judge.
Good, thank you. Go ahead.
Let's do that. Michael, will you go ahead and state your full name?
Michaelin Danae Rivera.
And are you the petitioner in this case?
I am.
And you have 3 children, Mila and Remy and Micah.
Yes, sir.
And is their father Rafael Ernesto Rivera?
Yes, sir.
And you know, he's here today represented by Juliana Reyes.
Yes, sir.
I want to go over with you the agreed temporary orders that the parties are in agreement to. Is the agreement that both parties will continue as joint managing conservators, with the only change being that each will have independent rights as compared to how it's stated in the order now. That you will have
I didn't hear her answer.
Yes.
Thank you.
that you will have the exclusive right to designate the primary residence of the children within Jefferson County, Texas, and contiguous.
Yes.
That you'll have the exclusive right to make educational decisions for the kids.
Yes.
And that Raphael, the respondent, will have a step-up possession schedule where starting immediately, he'll have possession of the children every other Saturday from noon until 4, and that possession will be supervised by first Sherry Pippin. And if she's not available, it will be supervised by Logan Green and his wife, Taylor.
Yes.
And that phase 1 will continue for 3 months starting today.
Yes.
And that the phase 2 will be that Raphael will have possession every Saturday from noon until 4, except it will be unsupervised.
Depending on the counselor's advice, but yes.
Well, the agreement is it'll be unsupervised. Correct?
Yes.
And that it will go on for 3 months. Right?
Yes.
Okay. The parties have agreed to mediate this case for final orders by the end of June, as long as things have gone okay with the counselor and there's not big pending matters.
Yes.
Okay. There's an agreement that the kids will continue in counseling with Dr. Clark Kirk at UTMB
Dr. Claire Kirk.
Dr. Claire Kirk of UTMB, and follow all of her recommendations.
Yes.
And that each party will pay half the cost of that counseling.
Yes.
And that starting now, all communication regarding the kids that is not an emergency will take place using the app Close parenting app.
Yes.
Its respondent will also complete an anger management course within the next 30 days and file his certificate of completion by that time, correct?
Yes.
That the kids will continue to see their current pediatrician, Dr. Louise Taylor.
Yes.
That the respondent will pay starting April 1st, $500 a month in child support.
Yes.
That you, as the petitioner, will have the right to apply for a passport for the kids, and that the respondent will execute any signatures that are needed to bring that to pass.
Yes.
Both parties will have the mutual right to request a drug or alcohol testing, either urine or hair, and that the other party will have to comply with that request.
Yes.
That the requesting party will pay for the test,
Yes.
and that all testing will be done at Beaumont Occupational and the results made available to the other party.
Yes.
Do you believe that these temporary orders are in the best interest of the children?
I do.
And are you asking the judge to enter them at this time?
Yes.
Okay, Judge, I'll pass.
Juliana?
Yes, Judge, briefly, and this is just for clarity's sake, I want to clarify a couple things with Malachi. Malachi, on the phase 2, I know you said every Saturday, and that was my mistake. As I wrote it, it's every other Saturday. My client works every other Saturday, so we want to make sure that it coincides with his work schedule so that he's not doesn't have a conflict. Is that all right?
Yeah, both phase 1 and phase 2 will be every other Saturday starting. Is his first possession going to be this Saturday or next Saturday?
Next Saturday.
All right. So just to put a date on that, that would be
April
April
8th.
Okay.
Yes.
Got it.
And then one last thing, as to number 8, the temporary child support per month. I want to clarify, and we can get some testimony if that's needed. During phase 1 and phase 2 is what the agreement is, beginning April 1st and ending no later than September the 1st, at least on a temporary basis.
Yeah, I can agree that his child support will, as far as temporary orders go, it will end by September 1st with the right to revisit that for the final.
Perfect. Okay. Well, then, Your Honor, I have no questions of this witness. I'll briefly put on mine.
Go ahead.
And Mr. Rivera, you heard Ms. Rivera's testimony earlier today. Is that an accurate representation of the agreement that we reached with the other side?
Yes, ma'am.
And you believe that those temporary orders are in the best interest of your children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Anything? All right.
No, sir.
All right, then I'll find that there's or rather I'll approve the temporary orders. Let's have a scheduling hearing and include this in the order, please, on May 26th. And we'll have you back, and then I hope you guys will consider mediation. So
Absolutely.
all right, okay, good job, thank you.
Thank you.
I don't see him. Oh, that's Terrence. That's Terrence and Phillips.
And Mr. Dowd.
Right. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah. So, what is this case, by the way?
It's a temporary.
Go ahead, Mr. Dowd.
I think that we are very, very close to agreement. I don't think that the child, I think, is going to visit with you about who she'd like to live with. We'd just like for you to hear her out. We think it's going to be with her sister and her mom. She's 9 or 10. She just turned 10. And so if she says what we think she's going to say, then my client's okay with that. He's not going to force his child to be somewhere she doesn't want to be. And so I think Mom was going to get the child to have her visit. She's there. There's a pretty little girl.
Hang on, y'all are both talking at the same time. The mom was going to get the child to
visit with the judge.
Okay.
And he said she's there. She's there now.
I see. Actually, let's see. Is that Kiona? Is that you?
Yes.
Wave if that's you. So it says you're 10 years old. I think you're much, much older than that. Are you sure you're 10?
I'm sure.
You're sure? Well, how do you know you're 10?
Well,
Did you start counting days after you were born? Okay. Because you just look so grown up and so mature. I'm just not sure. Let me see do you have your driver's license with you?
no, I don't have a driver's license.
Oh, that was a trick question. Okay. Ms. Hurst, I'll get to you guys in a minute. Go ahead, though, and just, if you don't mind, just turn the video off for just a little while, okay? Thank you. And I'll get to y'all in just a minute. Let me run through the rest of the docket right quick, and then I'll speak to the child, Philip and Terrence.
He should be here. He was texting me.
Let's see. Okay. All right. And you're Miss.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have two people are you sitting next to someone that has?
No, that was my headphone.
Okay, I'm getting some feedback. All right. So
let me try to move it. Probably my alarm. They said they can detect it on my headset. I don't know. I need to change my batteries.
well, okay, well, just settle, just kind of stay still for just 1 minute because I'm not ready to get into y'all's hearing. I just I may do something else first, but so, all right, and is this a divorce case?
Yes.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, and Mr. Smith, you filed it, I guess. So do y'all have any children?
Yes, sir. We have 2 together.
All right, and how old are those children?
10 and 9.
10 and 9? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So are y'all ready to get your case over with today?
Yes, sir.
All right. And so, excuse me. So have y'all worked out, Mr. Smith, where the children will live?
Yes, sir. They'll live with their mother.
All right. So that's so we got so that's a big part of these cases usually. Have you and Miss Smith talked about who would what your visitation would be?
Yes, sir. We just going off the child support order. It states
Okay.
that I get the kids during holiday breaks.
All right. Do you guys know what your child support order was? Do you have the number? You can probably look it up if you don't have it handy.
No, sir. I don't have it handy.
All right, so so it's your understanding that y'all are going to go by the custody, visitation, and child support that was out in your AG order, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. The only other thing left, I guess, is property. Do y'all have any, do y'all, each of you've got stuff with you and in your possession? Mr. Smith, do you want, oh, thank you. I've got your divorce decree, sorry.
Okay.
Do you guys, have you seen this divorce decree, Ms. Smith?
Yes.
All right.
I've seen it.
Are you okay with that? Oh, you both of you signed this. I'm sorry. So y'all got everything worked out, really? Okay. So the only other thing I think I need to do is, let me see. All right. Give me just a second.
Yes, sir.
Let me see if I can find that other case, because what I might do is if y'all are going to go by the Attorney General order, I might just pull out the pages that pertain to children, and I'll just attach the order to that. And then on the property, it looks like y'all kind of got that worked out. So Mr. Smith, hold on 1 minute. We've got a new computer system and it seems to be malfunctioning a little bit.
Oh, take your time, Judge.
Thank you. Finally.
All right.
Okay. So how long have you been living in Jefferson County again, Mr. Smith?
Since 2015.
All right. That's long enough. And let's see. It says here you two got married on November the 9th, 2011.
Yes, sir.
And y'all been apart since July 3rd, 2013, more or less.
Yes, sir.
And are you getting a divorce because y'all just don't get along like a married couple should?
Yes,
Right.
yes, sir.
Any reason to believe you guys are going to get back together?
No.
No, sir.
No? Okay. And then y'all have 2 children? No, 3 children or 2 children?
Just
Let's
2.
see. And did y'all have any other children together?
No, sir.
All right. And have y'all, and no offense, Miss Smith, but have you had any other children with anyone else since y'all been married?
Yes.
Me?
No,
Oh.
Miss Smith.
I'm sorry.
Okay, that may be why we're here.
Yes, it is. But I did, the lady, I think Miss Angie, I don't know, I might be wrong. I sent a copy of my child support order for my fiance. I sent the child support order and the court order stuff when we were, apart, established paternity for Patrick Moyer. That's the kid that I guess is the question.
Oh, okay. I think that's why y'all are here. Okay, so did so what did you send to the new baby's dad? The document called acknowledgement of paternity, I guess?
Yes, it was the child support order from Bell County.
All right. And did he sign it, or do you know where it is, or?
Yeah, we both signed it. We were both in court. We did all the good stuff with the
All right.
first.
so somewhere in Bell County, there's an order saying that that child is that he's the dad of that child.
Yeah, man, Arthur was never, we wasn't even
Okay.
talking.
All right, we'll all right, I'm gonna take your word for that. Okay, and then, so anyway, you two are gonna follow, Mr. Smith, you two are gonna follow the previous Attorney General order. You two are both okay if I pull out the pages in your decree that talk about the kids and just basically attach a copy of that old order to this, so to be sure that they're both consistent. Is that okay?
Yes, sir. That's fine.
That's okay with you, Ms. Jackson, Ms. Smith? Okay.
Yes,
And then property, you're keeping your stuff and he's keeping his stuff, right?
that is correct.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And one other thing I need to check. Okay, all right. So the court will find that the court has jurisdiction over the subject matter and of the parties. I'll find that the parties were married on November 9th, 2011, that the marriage has become insupportable. There's no reasonable expectation of reconciliation. I'll find there's 2 children of the marriage. I'll find there was a child outside of the marriage, but that was covered by the Bell County Attorney General order. I'll find that the parties agree as to adopt the previous Attorney General order for the Smith children. And I'll find that that's in the best interest of the children. I'll find that the parties have reached an agreement concerning the division of the marital estate. It's a just and right division. So the divorce is granted and rendered. So I'm gonna, like I said, let me find that Attorney General order. You and Miss Jackson, you don't know what that old number is, do you?
Yes, I did. Let
What
me
is
give it.
that number? All right, okay. Give me the Bell County case for you and Mr. Smith.
Ooh, let me, hold on. We just had a notice to review. Hold on. We just had a notice to review recently. Hang tight.
That's
That was
okay.
good.
All right.
Okay.
Listen, so y'all, it may take us a few days to kind of sort all this out. And I'll get someone with the Attorney General's office to kind of help me, locate the case numbers and everything. But I'll fix your decree with those few details, and then so Patrick's father, is he Patrick Moy Senior, I guess?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So listen, so the divorce is granted and rendered. Give me a little while to get the decree together, and then Arthur, you can come down here. Give it till like Thursday, okay?
Yes, sir.
And then it should be ready. Then you can pick it up and then send a copy to Miss Jackson, and I think we'll be all squared away. Okay?
What if
Yes,
he's
sir.
out of state? Do he have to pick it up?
Who?
It'll get people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Unless you want to send like a self-addressed stamped envelope, but that's a hassle, right?
Yeah, that's a house. I'll get it picked up.
Okay. All right. Well, good. All right. Well, y'all, it sounds like y'all get along pretty good. So I'm glad.
Yes, sir.
That's good for the kids. So, okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, good luck, and
y'all.
I'll let you guys. Okay, you're welcome. And then I got another case with Elizabeth Richard or Richard.
It's Richard.
Richard. Okay. And then Kevin. Where's Kevin?
Kevin signed his papers. He didn't want to appear.
He didn't? Okay. Give me just a minute. Let me check on your papers in just a second. Okay. His waiver matches. I don't even think you need a hearing because I've got your affidavit here. So you need to just double check that. I think you're good to go. Let me just double check, pull up one more thing, and it looks like your divorce decree is signed. And then I'll let you go. First of all, I'll go ahead and sign, or rather Renee probably will for me. I will sign the order waiving your fees. I've looked over the divorce petition and the affidavit and the waiver, and everything seems to be in order. So I'm going to grant your divorce, Miss Richard. I'm sorry you had to wait, but anyway, okay. All right. Well, so take and this should be ready for you in a couple of days. All right.
Okay. You have a good day.
So, you too. So is everybody on Zoom? Are you here for the Hearst Hunt case? Yes.
I am.
All right. And that there's a guy in on an iPhone that's got a kind of a mustache and goatee, or what? Who are you, sir? Are you on this case? You're muted. Can you unmute yourself, please? Is that your client, Terrence?
No, my
Yes,
client.
Yes,
no,
sir.
no. I'm here. I'm here.
Oh, what is your name, sir?
Brian Hunt. I'm the father.
Oh, you're the father. Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. So I guess I need to go ahead and you guys, Philip and Terrence, you want me to speak to the child, and I'll do that in
Yes.
a breakout room? Okay.
Yes.
Ms. Hurst, can you turn the video on for just a moment? All right. So Ms. Hurst, I'm going to send you a message in a minute on Zoom, and it'll just click on that, and it'll take you to a breakout room. Once you get there, I need you to leave the room. I don't want you to eavesdrop or anything, so that so I can talk to your daughter, and then when we're finished, I'll tell you what to do to get back to the main to this session. Okay.
Okay.
Hurst, would you just ask? I don't know what anyone is going to say or talk about right now, but in the meantime, could you just ask Kiona just to leave the room? I don't know. Like I said, bye. She's a sweet kid. Bye. Okay. Okay. You guys are with me, I guess. So, she said been living with her. She was living with her, and I guess she's in Charlotte, North Carolina. She's been living with her, lived with her grandmother for a while and her mom, I think. And then now she's living with her mom and her older sister, who's 13, and her mom. She says she hasn't lived with her dad before. I asked her, did she, in addition to just, little, funny stuff.
That's not true.
Well, stop.
That's not true.
Stop. I don't know if it wasn't under oath. I'm just telling y'all what she told me. So anyway, so she just, so she said, that she would like to visit her dad. I asked her, would she like to do anything different, living arrangements? And she said, no, she was happy the way it is. And so nothing was under, nothing that's technically not evidence. But the law says I'm supposed to interview the child and determine what her wishes are. And it sounds like her wishes are to stay with her mom. So what do y'all want to, do y'all need any hearing, or what do y'all want to do?
I think the only issue I have is I think me and Mr. Dowden have agreed that the parents would be joint managing conservators, mom primary, dad pay child support, the child be permitted to visit with dad in either North Carolina or Texas, with the caveat being that Mr. Hunt's mom, who is with us today, must be present, and that should the child go to Texas, before she goes, we must have a plane ticket we must have a round trip situation plan.
Okay.
We don't want any craziness going on.
Okay.
And I think the only issue we disagree on is child support, because Mr. Dowden has suggested minimum wage child support on a temporary basis, and my client believes that's unfair. And Mr. Dowden has told me that Mr. Hunt has a broken leg, but I see him sitting in a vehicle right now. He's a driver, I think. I don't think he's even in Texas. So if he can't drive, he's definitely sitting in a car as we talk.
Okay.
So I don't know.
All right. So Philip, the only issue is child support, basically?
No, Your Honor. If I can, the other side of that is he does have a broken leg. It's different driving a car and driving an 18-wheeler and shifting and doing those things that you have to do in an 18-wheeler. So he's not working right now.
Okay.
Mom didn't pay child support for 9 years. Minimum wage seems like a reasonable on a temporary, given that my client has a broken leg and cannot work at all. He's not working at all right now.
Okay.
He's okay with putting the child on Medicaid and Medicaid support payment. And as to the visitation, he's ex-Marine. He's not violent. He's not a drug head. He's not going. his position is he had the child the majority of the time when she was younger. He doesn't deny that his mom helped watch the child while he worked. And he has no intentions of running off or being anywhere with the child. He doesn't think that he needs a supervisor. I don't, that's, you know,
Well, then we're going to need some testimony.
Yes. If I can speak for a second.
No. Just wait, Mr. Hunt. I'm going to give you a chance in just a few minutes. Okay. So, all right.
Really, that's all the evidence, Judge, that we have. Other than this, one last thing, and I'll say that's all I have to say about it, is mom is afraid that he's not going to send the child back. Mom is the one that's kept the child. I mean, we had to go to North Carolina to get the child. We had to get a court order from North Carolina. She ignored that court order from North Carolina. We're putting all that in the past, and we're saying, let's co-parent. It is what it is. We can't undo what happened, but it's a little disingenuous for her to come in here and say, you know, I'm afraid you're not going to send the child back. Right. And that's my evidence for today.
Right.
And
well, all right. Let me be sure that I understand what we all agree upon, and then let me narrow it down to what we disagree upon, and then we probably would need a hearing. So, all right. So what we've agreed upon is joint managing conservator. Mom is the primary. Father is a joint managing conservator. And am I hearing you guys say over one? At least y'all agree on over 100-mile visitation.
Carolina,
yes.
Okay.
Carolina or Texas.
All right. Standard possession order. All right. And
medical dad takes care of.
Okay, well, hang on. Ms. Hurst, do you have her on Medicaid or anything?
No, I had spoke with Mr. Allison and I said I was going to put her on Medicaid because she was on my insurance before and it like overlapped, so I have to recertify. So now there is no insurance as of last month.
All right, Philip, I mean, this is just a small thing, but look, I think that if mom is the primary, she'll have to apply for the Medicaid.
That's fine. We'll make the cash medical payment.
All right. So mom, you'll get the child signed up for Medicaid. And then I'll set the Medicaid payment for the dad in just a few minutes. So what we have left is we have a debate over whether the father's visitation should be supervised, and then whether or not the father's child support should be set at minimum wage. And then I need to, then kind of a companion to that would be just the Medicaid reimbursement. Okay. So, all right. So let me.
Allow me to shorten this up, Judge.
Okay.
If the child goes to Texas, then my assumption, and Mr. Dowd can correct me, is that when he's in Texas, he lives with he visits with his parents. So I'm assuming that anytime he's in Texas and with the child is going to be around his mother is going to be present, and she's here, and she could, maybe she could help out with it.
We'll cross that bridge in just a second.
Okay.
Hey, Mr. Hunt, I misspoke. Your daughter told me that she lived with you and her and I guess your mother. I made a mistake. I misunderstood her, but the court reporter caught it and she pointed that out to me. So I stand corrected. Okay.
Yes, I live with my mother for the past 10 years. That's still my address.
Okay.
I built a house. I built an add-on to the house.
So do you,
hey, Brian,
do you still live with your mom?
We may have the answer. We may have the answer to this. If your mom lives there, then that's okay, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's okay. I take care of elderly folks for a living. I'm in healthcare.
Okay.
I do not.
All right. All right. I think I sense that we have an agreement. So, so basically, Mr. Hunt, so when you have the child, you're gonna keep the child in the house, which is on the same property with your mom anyway.
Yes, but I've raised that girl. No, I've been raising that girl for the past 5 years.
There's no one's suspicious about anything. I mean, if y'all want me to hear, kind of a knockdown drag out, but at the end of the day, you're living on property next to your mom. So, I mean, I won't order supervision, but I'll order that you just, keep overnight that you're there with your daughter at your mom on the property. Okay. Is that a big deal?
I
It's
mean,
not,
yes,
it's
but I
not
mean,
for,
I
it's
mean,
not, it's not forever.
okay. Yeah,
All right.
yeah,
Okay.
I agree. I agree.
Okay, all right. So that's a non-issue right now. And let me ask you, Mr. Hunt, and you're not under oath or anything, but
Put
so
me on oath.
well, I will in a minute, but just informally. So what do you so you're not working now at all?
No, I'm not working on my
How did
last
you-
because I'm a contractor
How did
and I
you-
do 13
Okay.
weeks at a time.
How did you? All right. How did you break your leg?
Skiing. I took I was a chaperone at for a middle school. My stepkids.
Okay.
They had a skiing trip.
All right.
And so I was chaperone, and
right.
I broke my leg skiing.
Okay. So you don't have and you don't have any disability or a temporary disability or anything like that while you're recovering?
No, I didn't have the insurance to cover that, so I'm out of work right now.
All right. So when will they get the cast off your leg?
They don't have a cast of it yet. I just did an MRI, but when I went to the emergency room, they said it was fractured. So I'm waiting on Arthur to call me back right now.
When did you fracture your leg?
The first of this month.
Okay. All right. So why did it take you so long to get an X-ray if you fractured it in the first of the month?
I don't know. They scheduled first they had to schedule with a provider, then the provider had to schedule with an MRI. I just got the MRI last week. Now I'm waiting for the doctor to get off break to call me back to see what the results of the MRI. But we know we have a fracture. I'm trying to see if I have a broken ligament and then if I need surgery.
Do you get any other income like rental income or investment income or annuity? No money coming. So how are you taking care of yourself right now?
Well, I'm living with my girlfriend right now. I'm staying with my girlfriend right now.
Okay. But when your daughter's with you, you're going to live, you're going to stay at the house with your mom, on the property with your mom, right?
Yes, I'm just waiting to see what's going on with that before I come back.
Okay. And Miss Hurst, any reason to believe, do you have any real evidence other than just suspicions that what he's telling me isn't true? I mean, you don't have a video of him dancing or anything in the last couple of weeks, right?
No, I don't have no videos of Brian.
Okay. All right. So look, I'll have a hearing if you guys want one, but look, I don't, if your leg is broken, it shouldn't take you more than 60 days to recover. So we will have in 60 days, we'll have a scheduling hearing anyway. So at the same time, if y'all want to have a review of his, income, so I can set a more precise child support amount, I'll be happy to. So, so minimum wage for 60 days. So actually minimum wage until May the 26th. We'll have a scheduling hearing on May the 26th or earlier if y'all need to. And at that time, just have his, Mr. Hunt, I just need you to have your income information ready to go so I can take a look at it. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Okay. So, so I think that took care, we'll use on the Medicaid reimbursement, let's say $25, okay?
Thank you, Judge.
That's as cheap as I can make it almost.
It is.
And actually, it's out of state. I don't think anyone's going to care anyway. So mother's joint managing conservator, primary, father's joint managing conservator, over 100 mile standard possession order, minimum wage and $25 for, Medicaid for 60 days. We'll have that scheduling hearing in 60 days and then I'll reassess the, and I'm giving, pardon me, I got the hiccups, and I'm giving him the standard possession order with the understanding that he's living on the same property as his mom. Okay. So if any of that changes, then, that may be a deal breaker.
Yeah. Excuse me. I just want to see, why do I need supervision when I raised that girl?
Hey, did you hear supervision come from my lips? No, I just said just keep the child.
Make sure, because I feel like they're saying something.
No,
yeah, I'm sorry.
Well, they might be, but I just don't right now. It's just not. You're living with your mom anyway. I don't think I'm. All I'm asking you to do. And look, let's face it. In 60 days, you're not gonna. Spring break is over. I mean, you're going to be, you're going to be probably pressed money wise to get the child, for more than a week or two anyway. So,
Yeah.
and she's 10 years old. She can self-report. I mean, don't mess anything up because we got
No.
So,
No. I just want
anyway,
to know.
so I don't know. I don't have any reason to believe you're not the best dad in the world. I don't have any reason to believe that you're the worst dad in the world. I'm just kind of cutting. I'm just taking your word for it. You look like a decent guy. You're working. You took the kids on a ski trip. I mean, that says something. They trusted you with kids on the ski trip. I guess you can't be that bad, right?
I'm not bad at all.
Apparently, you're not you're not a very good skier, but I won't hold that against you. Anyway, so all right. So don't get engaged in any more sports than you have to for a while. Okay. All right. We're all good. We're all good. And paternal grandmother, are you there? Where are you?
Yes.
You're all right. You look like a nice lady too. You look more like his sister than his mom. Are you sure you're really his mom?
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So can you guys draw up an order on this, Terrence? Terrence, are you okay? Yeah.
Yes.
It's reasonable, I think. Okay.
Yes.
Philip, reasonable?
Yes, Your Honor. I appreciate everybody working together this morning. I think it was probably a good outcome, and it is a temporary after all. I've told my client that this is, just a starting point for us, and we can.
Yeah.
I don't know if the court wants us to mediate.
I do.
This before May 26th or before.
No, I mean, I don't know how practical that is, but I mean, eventually before a trial, I do want y'all to mediate. So
My client wants mediation because her pocketbook can't keep taking this. She's a single mom, so we need to. And she's raising 2 children all on her own. So mediation would be a good for us if you will order it.
All right. Well, I will.
She wasn't doing nothing before.
Wait, Brian.
Mr. Hunt, you're messing things up. Everyone's getting along.
I'm sorry.
Good. Don't let's not stir the pot any more than we have to. Okay, so let's do the mediation and see where we and how we end up on that. But anyway, regardless, I'll see you in 60 days, and if y'all got it resolved by then, that's great. If you don't, then I'll set you for a trial as quickly as I can, and we'll get this thing wrapped up. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Anything else? All right. Thank you. All right.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you, guys. I'll let you go.
Thank you.
Okay. I think we're done. Yay.
Yeah.